When you're a maker, you get to personalize the world around you, creating things that make you feel good, taking time to be mindful and intentional, and showing them off in places that will catch your eye and make you smile. Making your own unique home decor is extra fun, especially when you get an idea to decorate somewhere unexpected, bringing magic to an otherwise ordinary space. Because isn't that what crafting is all about? Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Maker, and it's a beautiful day to refresh an entryway with a super easy to make piece of art. Have you seen the cute corner toppers crafters are making to decorate their doorways lately? I love to live, work, and play in a space filled with creativity and joy. And these door toppers are a fun and really easy way to bring a pop of color to a space that doesn't typically get decorated. They look like they're made of a bunch of tiny pieces, but the magic is in their simplicity. These designs come together with just a few layers of cardstock and a little glue. Each cut is carefully placed to reveal the colors of the layers underneath, creating a stunning, detailed scene with minimal effort. And would you believe this sunflower design is only 6 pieces of cardstock? Same with this beautiful hummingbird topper. And this truck with Easter eggs is only 5 layers. I'll show you how to make your own in this video with my easy steps and free downloadable files. To make your own door corner topper decorations, you'll need a few sheets of 12 by 12 inch cardstock in different colors, as well as some high quality craft glue to attach your layers together. My sunflower, hummingbird, and truck designs are already sized to fit a cutting machine that uses 12 by 12 inch paper, like the Cricut maker I'll use today. And now, while I don't recommend sizing these intricate designs down for the Cricut Joy, you can resize them a little smaller to fit the Cricut Joy Extra with 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. And the smaller size looks really cute attached to a frame on your wall. If you're looking at my door corner topper designs and thinking, I want to design my own, I have good news. Just stick around to see how you can create your own custom door topper using elements arranged your way. And for a full list of tools and supplies that you'll need to make these, plus the links to everything in my materials list, go to jennifermaker.com/719. That's also where you'll find the written instructions with helpful photos and tips to guide you. Download my designs at jennifermaker.com/719. You can either download right from that link by saving the project or download from my entire free design collection. To find it, look for libraries in the red bar at the top and then click either get a password if you don't yet have one or click enter the library. Search the page for design number 719 and click the link to download the designs. The SVG folder contains 3 door corner topper designs. There's a beautiful hummingbird with tropical flowers, an intricate sunflower with delicate foliage, and an adorable truck overflowing with colorful Easter eggs. There are DXF versions of the files if your cutting machine uses those, as well as a PDF with templates that you can use to cut the door topper layers by hand, so everyone can do this craft. I'm going to show you how to do everything in Cricut Design Space using a Cricut cutting machine. On an empty canvas in Cricut Design Space, first click Upload, then Upload Image, and Browse to find the door topper design that you want to use. I'll demonstrate with the Sunflower SVG. Then click Open and Continue to add it to your canvas. You can follow these steps to prepare and cut the hummingbird and Easter truck designs the same way. First, click Save and give your project a name that you'll remember. Your topper design will fit the corner on the right side of a doorway. But if you want to fit a left corner instead, you can totally do that. Just select it, click Flip, and then select Flip Horizontal. Now it's a mirror image. The sunflower design can really go either way without flipping though, so I'll click the undo arrow to change it back. Now I always recommend clicking the ungroup icon to ungroup your files, since the layers will upload grouped by default. Then you can drag apart each of the layers to see them individually. If you want to use different color cardstock for any of the layers, select the piece in the Layers panel and then pick a new color from the color box. I like the colors the way they are, but if you want to put your layers back in a stack to visualize what your topper will look like, select all of the main layers. Leave out the circular sunflower centerpiece or the extra truck layer if you're making that design. Click Align and choose Center. Then click Align and choose Align Left. Drag the extra layer into place, and that's all there is to it. Here's what your topper will look like when it's assembled. Now you're ready to cut. Make sure the correct machine is selected in the top right, and then click Make. On the Prepare screen, make sure the correct material size is selected for each of your materials. All of my cardstock is 12 by 12 inches, so my material sizes are good to go. Click back on the first mat so it loads first, and then click Continue. On the Make screen, select the base material for your first mat. I'll use plain 65-pound cardstock for all of my door toppered layers, so I'll click Browse All Materials. Then search for the medium cardstock setting. Once you've selected it, click Done. I'll select More Pressure to help me get the cleanest cuts on these intricate designs too. Since all of my layers use the same type and weight of cardstock, I'll check the box next to Remember Material Settings on the first mat to apply these cut settings to the rest of my mats. Place your first mat's cardstock on a sticky green standard grip machine mat. If you're using one-sided cardstock, make sure it's pretty side up. Then roll a brayer over it to make sure the cardstock is fully and evenly adhered. This really makes a difference in getting clean cuts. Then load the mat into your Cricut and press the flashing middle button to begin cutting. It may take a while because these are very detailed designs. Once your first sheet is cut, don't unload the mat quite yet. Instead, gently lift a corner of the cardstock with a spatula or weeding tool to see if the cut went all the way through. If it didn't cut all the way through, smooth the cardstock back down and press the middle button again so your Cricut can go back over the cuts another time. Once the sheet has been cut all the way through, press that flashing button to unload your mat. Now flip your mat over onto your work surface and then gently roll the mat back to release the cardstock without ripping, tearing, or curling. You can slide your spatula gently under the cardstock to help lift the delicate areas too. Then use a scraper tool to push any leftover bits of cardstock off your mat. Make sure to clear off all the pieces. Keeping your mat clean ensures crisp, precise cuts for your other layers. You can also get better cuts by cleaning your Cricut blade between projects, or even between mats. Simply remove the blade housing from the clamp, then push the plunger on the end so the blade pokes out. Carefully poke the blade in and out of a ball of aluminum foil to remove any adhesive or residue it may have picked up from your last project. Or you can just gently wipe the blade clean with a soft cloth and a little isopropyl alcohol. Either way you do it, just be careful because that blade is really sharp. Now let go of the plunger to let the blade go back into its housing, and then place it back into your Cricut's clamp. Now continue cutting the rest of your layers. If you have any issues with getting good cuts, check out my intricate cuts tutorial for more helpful tips at jennifermaker.com/intricatecuts. As you're removing the cut pieces from your mat, if your design has a small element like the sunflower circle or the truck's top layer, be sure to keep track of it. The sunflower door topper has 6 layers. Using your canvas and Cricut Design Space as a reference, place the layers in the correct order. And don't worry about lining up the edges perfectly yet. We're just getting the order right. I'll set the sunflower's circular centerpiece aside for now, and then turn the stack of larger layers over so the backmost piece is on top. Pick up the dark green back piece, and as if you're opening a book, turn it over and place it face up next to the stack. To start attaching the layers, apply craft glue to the back of the next layer on top of the stack, the light green piece. You want to put the glue on this layer rather than the dark green one so you know exactly where to apply the glue. Be sure to apply a little to the thin cutout areas and use very small dots of glue to the thinnest areas to avoid seepage. Carefully pick up your glued layer and turn it over so it's glued side down. Use the L-shaped corner as a guide to align the edges of the glued layer with the edges of the bottom layer for a precise fit. Quickly move around the design, making small adjustments before the glue sets to ensure all edges are properly aligned and flush. Then press down all over the layers to adhere them together well, paying special attention to the most delicate spots. If any glue seeps out from the edges or from underneath the cutouts, quickly wipe it away with a finger or paper towel. Continue layering by adding glue to the back of each piece and attaching it to the design, adjusting quickly before the glue sets. When you get to the layer with the 4 small berry branches, avoid adding glue to the back of the branches as they do not attach to a layer underneath. When the main layers are assembled, grab the circle for the center of the sunflower. Apply small dots of glue to the back between the seed cutouts. Then center it over the solid circular area on the black layer and pat it down to adhere it. Remember, if any glue seeps out, just quickly wipe it away with a finger or paper towel. Wasn't that easy? The hummingbird design has 6 layers and goes together just like the sunflower topper, but without the extra top layer piece. The layers start with green in the back, and then yellow, red, orange, teal, and a detailed black layer on top. The truck design has 5 layers. Green goes in the back, followed by teal, yellow, and black layers. Apply glue to the back of the small orange truck piece, avoiding the cutouts. And then line it up over the topper's truck shape, centered within its edges. See the even black border all the way around? Make sure the window cutouts are centered too. Lower the layer down onto the topper and press it with your fingers to make sure it's nice and adhered. And here are our beautiful DIY door corner toppers. Don't they add something fun and unexpected to these otherwise regular doorways? I just love how they turned out, and each one was so easy to make. Wouldn't it be fun to make a custom door corner topper using your own arrangement of different design elements? Just look at this custom sunflower truck topper that we made. If you would like to learn how to do this, I invite you to join me in my advanced program over at jennifermaker.com/advance and discover how to create a one-of-a-kind project with my easy-to-follow workshop. Plus, get access to my exclusive toolkit of elements to make your own unique topper design. The Advanced by Jennifer Maker program is your ultimate crafting upgrade. With a community of nearly 15,000 members and counting, it's not just a program. It's a living hub for passionate crafters like you and me. Through detailed workshops and exclusive toolkits, you'll gain the skills to create designs that are truly your own, all in a seamless, ad-free learning experience. Enhance your creative process with my exclusive members-only resources, including customizable templates, cheat sheets, and fun member challenges. You'll also enjoy early access to my huge library of projects, tools, and files to keep your inspiration flowing. Now, enrollment isn't always open, so don't miss your chance to join. Head to jennifermaker.com/advance now to learn more and take your crafting skills to the next level. And I can't wait to continue making the new studio at Maker Farm feel like home with handcrafted projects just like this that spark joy while we craft, work, and play. I just set my toppers right on my door frames, and they stay put without needing anything extra. But if you want to attach them to the wall, you can use paint-friendly putty or removable adhesive strips. Now we have a cute decoration where there wasn't one before. And crafting is like that, turning a simple idea and a few materials into something full of joy. That's why it's one of my greatest loves. And remember, if you want to learn how to customize a door corner topper with my exclusive toolkit of mix and match elements, you totally can. I'll show you how to build your own design, then add and adjust layers so your colors show right where you want them to. Remember to visit jennifermaker.com/advance for more information on my advanced program. And if you want to make these but don't have a Cricut cutting machine, I do a regular giveaway over on my blog at jennifermaker.com/Cricut giveaway. Get all the details and enter for your chance to win. If you've got any questions about making this, just let me know. Leave your question below this video or come on over to our Cricut Crafters group at jennifermaker.com/Cricut Crafters. You can also share photos of your door toppers there. I would love to see them. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.